Okay, 2 weeks since we last seen in these hives. Well, you guys, I popped up during the week and I was very happy with them. So, pretty much the same in the honey super. If you want to come over and have a look before I remove it, there's bees in there, but not many. But this is pretty much what I expected with this one, so we'll carefully just try not to disturb these. But as you can see by the amount of bees on the top there, make sure Her Majesty's not on there, there's not a lot of room in the brood box. The frames I want to remove, I've already worked to the end of the boxes, so hopefully they shouldn't have any brood on them, just food. Which we will. Excellent. It's a queen cup on this one, but it's coming out, so just check she's not on the other side, but there's hardly anybody on this one, so that you can see. I'll shake them off actually. This one of the frames I'm replacing. See, they're not using it. There's not a single egg in sight. It's just got pollen and nectar, and there is a queen cup on it, which we'll just destroy that anyway. But what I will do with this one is just leave it here for a couple of days, and the bees will sorry, wrong place. Leave it over here away from the hives, and the bees will clear that out themselves. Won't too many on there, so we'll bang them. Can't get off. Over the next couple of days, the bees will clear that up themselves. So that's the one I'm replacing. Now, this one she likes because she's laid on previously, so check she's not on there, and yeah, not so sure she's going to carry on using this because there is space, but there's no eggs on there. But we still got brood on it, so good. This is another frame that I do eventually want to work out, so I'm going to swap places with the one I just put in. But I'm not actually going to remove this one today. There's a lot of drone brood along the bottom of this one, but she's not really using the empty cells on it. Oh god, no. So in actual fact, I'm going to actually double jump this one because she doesn't like this one at all. So shouldn't want to go in. She likes this frame, so this one's in the nest. So, and again, see if you can see her. Oh, we've got a queen cup that's rather well developed on that one. Right, look at that. Haven't seen any eggs yet either. That, my friends, is what we call a wet queen cup or queen cell. So she's laid in that one, so I'm actually going to just totally remove that whole chunk and get rid completely, and there's absolutely no chance that that's going to turn into a queen, because I don't want any more queens. But again, we've got no eggs on this one, I don't think. This is just food, and but I think the nest is more over this way on this box anyway. It's still pretty chill considering I've hardly had to smoke them yet. She's been using this one this week. We've got cat brood on this one, so that's always a good sign. So as I suspected, the nest is more the other way, which is why I'm working this one in so quickly. This one, because the nest is more up that end, which, I mean, look at that, that's all well capped up brooders. Notice I don't cap the honey or the food around it, that's all uncapped. Shiny stuff's honey and obviously the colours of the pollen. I have capped a bit around here for storage, which is backup basically more than anything. But, and the odd dotted cells close you can see, so you can see where they've been feeding them from and that. And as these hatch, they'll clean cells and the queen will hopefully relay in them. So, double check that ain't anything I don't like down there. No, no, I'm happy with that one. Oh, here we go, lots of fresh grubs and eggs. Yeah, she's been on this one the last few days. So yeah, I suspect she's working her way back through the box. Oh yeah, we got loads. She likes this frame. Considering how dark it is, she really likes this frame. Which just goes to show you can't always judge a comb by its colour. You know, judge it by how they're using it. If they're not using it, get rid of it. But if they're using it, leave it. And you can see it's quite dark, look, but I don't know if the camera can see, but there's just so much, you know, she's been so active on both sides of this frame. Look, they got food one side and larvae the other, and it's just, and I just noticed another wet queen. Cool, these buggers are still trying to swarm on me. They still haven't found that super though, have they? Tiny. And another one on the end here, so
Thinking about it.
they are still trying a lot. They're wet as well, so you know, I haven't inspected these for a week, so that's about the time for the queen to lay an egg and them to start feeding it. But as long as it's not capped, it's not a problem. If it's capped, you've got a problem. Again, this is a frame they like, but they stripped out some of the, yeah, they're building queen cells galore here. Yeah, I don't like this. Normally this is the one we see as well. But they stripped out a bit of this frame, and I mean, look at that lot. That's a serious amount of queen cells. That's like 5 on one frame. But we've got fresh eggs again, so she's definitely in here.
I wonder, because she's so strong, such a good layer, that they're quite happy to think about swarming and keep her in here.
Yeah, perhaps, but you know, taking no chances.
Exactly.
See, again, I might be doing a bit of destruction to other grubs, but I want to make sure. See, these are all wet, you see, so they've got to really come out. And you'll usually find that most of the grubs around a queen cell are drone anyway. They usually build both in hand. I'm
just wondering, has it ever been demonstrated, the mechanism by which the queen can decide what she's going to lay? Because she's stored all the sperm, she's got all the eggs, but depending on whether she lays straight or fertilises, you're going to get a worker, a drone, or a queen.
Well,
it's regulated somehow. Who knows how?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I'm guessing it's just how the colony's acting all together.
Yeah, it's going to be all driven by their pheromones and hormones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because pheromones are external hormones anyway.
Come on. Because of all these queen cups and the cells, I'm a bit concerned. I would like to actually see her, but I have seen fresh eggs. Oh dear, we got sealed one.
Yeah, it's a bit naughty. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, it is a bit naughty. Yeah, I once sealed queen cell.
I reckon because she's so strong, they think they can split.
Yeah, they're trying to split on me, but I don't want them to split, so sorry.
Yeah, they've got nice supers. Come on, do something with them.
Yeah,
Only at
find the supers, girls, because you're not having a new queen. You've got fresh ones. Sort it out. I don't know what they've tried to build here, but yeah, look, she's not even started pupating, look. So that's a very early sealed one. I can handle that. Just.
does seem that twice weekly inspections needed now, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think, you know, we gave them the benefit of the doubt and left them. I'm dreading what's in there now, to be honest. But they're in the super, so hopefully they shouldn't be so bad. But these guys still haven't found that super yet. So there she is, right in the middle of the frame almost. See her? So yeah, she's still in here, and I'm not even going to disturb her because I don't want to. This should, yeah, just have food on it. So what I'm going to do is introduce her a nice fresh frame right next to the nest I saw her on. And then rather than putting the dummy board back in this one, I'm actually going to just leave that frame in here till next week, and hopefully that frame they'll clear out of brood within the next week or two, and I'll replace that one as well, because this one does really need another one. I don't think the dummy boards fit as well on a frame. No. Need to get what's in there. Now look at the way these guys are clustered to keep warm. Isn't that cute? Right, come on, under you go, girls. Knock that off there.
They were going back down into the super here as well. There's a little cluster down there.
Yeah, clustering to keep warm.
Even down here in crown wool.
That can come off now anyway. They're strong enough for them to have access upstairs. You still go back in. I'm just going to have a quick look at the front of these. These aren't actually that disturbed looking even. Got a few on me trying to do a thing, but yeah, surprisingly, they're quite chilled out.
It was very cold overnight. It was about 5 degrees. Isn't it?
Yeah, it hasn't been warm for a few days actually, so. Right, this one. Wow. Well, you can see there's lots of activity in here. Look at this. They found this super big toe now.
Yay, they're away.
Okay guys, this is what they look like when they're filling your honey supers for you. Look at all that. Look.
That's why it's so quiet down below by comparison.
Look.
Like half the colonies up there.
And yeah, there'll be thousands of them up here. Look, they're all drawing out, filling up as they go. This is what we want. Although you can take this off for the June gap, as we call it, I prefer to just leave the supers on till the end of the main crop at the end of August, because then if the guys need it, girls, sorry, if they need it in between, then you know, they've always got it, because it's called the June gap for obvious reasons. There's not much in flower. So, you know, the way I look at it is leave it for them for June, and whatever's spare at the end of August is what I've been working the year for them. with them for. One of these has just stung me through my glove already, so I don't think these are too happy in here.
Well, now they're working. They get more defensive now in the supers.
Yeah.
They've got more to protect.
Yeah, this is it. They got more to protect now, so. Yeah, so they can sting through these guys' gloves, guys. But you know, you get stung. It's part of the hobby, unfortunately.
But it's not the full load because the sting's not in you.
No, this is it.
It just penetrated and got you.
Like basically, I got jabbed. A bit like a wasp version of a sting, where it just jabs you. Whereas bees, usually their sting's it's barbed, so it usually just stays in you. Hence why it hurts so much, because they pump rather a lot of poison into you. Yeah, she's still using this one. Excellent.
Less likely, I think, to get queen cups being built or any attempt to requeen if they're putting honey in at this stage.
Yeah, this is it. This is what the other colony hasn't realised yet, is they've got more room upstairs, whereas these guys have. So I'm expecting to see maybe 1 or 2 cups, but I'll be surprised if we do see any actually, because she's still in there. Because I can already see fresh eggs on this frame, so she's definitely in here. So we already know we got a queen. Now one tiny, it's not even worth showing the camera, it's that small. It's so small she wouldn't lay in it just purely because of its size, but here we go, it's on the other side.
Well, they're practicing.
So, but they're dry again, which is, you know, a good sign, because the queen's ignoring them.
Now here's another question, I just keep popping up. Do you think maybe more queen cells are being built as they approach the June gap? They know there's going to be a shortage and that's the time to clear off? I don't know. I'm wondering.
I don't know as in textbook, but with my personal opinion is what we said earlier. Though these guys are built, when I first got them, these were building queen cells like we've just seen in that one.
That's true, yeah.
And they weren't building any. And within a week, these started slowing down and they started building more, and it's gone the other way. But these guys found the super 2 weeks ago and they haven't, so I think it's a case of they still think they've run out of room.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys have already moved out into the super, and get that out of the way. And I'm going to give these again 2 more frames. Is that smoke with bloody leaks on them? New frames up this end on this one. Well, 1 maybe 2. Depends if she's laid on the other one or not. I'm hoping she stayed away from down there though, because she's got such lovely frames to work with down here. I mean, look, beautifully put lay patterns on this again, and she's been down here laying, so nothing queen cup wise on this one, so that's brilliant.
I think this queen's not only shy, she's very precise what she does.
Yeah.
Very neat layer, but this one just the first time is just running through everything, and and doesn't care.
Yeah, I think she's so active. I mean, they're both 2019 queens, but that one is just so strong, and this it's like she's been given sort of like some kind of laying injection to boost it, really, because it's like I mean, they are laying machines technically anyway, but. Fresh eggs on there, that's brilliant. Queen cup, hopefully dry. Yeah, dry. So, yeah, they're still building queen cups, but she's completely ignoring, because I got fresh eggs here, but nothing in that queen cup, so she's not even looked at it. So that tells me the queen's basically telling the hive, no, I don't need superseding, and you're not swarming. I've just spotted an overhanging one there. See how easy they are to miss, and that's actually a wet one, so. One can come out completely. I'm not getting close to her, they're getting a bit agitated. See, this is one of the new frames that have been introduced by the guy got them off. Yeah, they're coming at my hands on this one. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's quite happy using that one. This is the one we rarely see, so I've already seen fresh eggs, and yeah, we got fresh eggs on this frame as well, so the queen cup, but again dry, so it's only one wet one, which I'm quite happy with that. Considering what they were trying to do a couple of weeks ago, you know, these guys have really calmed down now with regards to building queen cups themselves. But again, considering I'm on my second inspection hive wise, so I've already wound that hive up, and I'm, you know, 2/3 of the way through this one, and yeah, they're aggro, but you know, they're not bothering me at all. Get the old one buzz on the hand that feels a bit weird. Ooh. Somebody may as well be down this end. Hope she hasn't been laying on these two end frames, because these are the two that I want to work out. Well, I actually want to work this one out eventually as well, but it will be this one that goes today, looking at what's on here, because no, I've got bruises side by side. She's still using it at the moment.
There's a lot of bees on it, so they've still got work to do.
Yeah.
Right, got quite a reaction on that one.
Yes, I noticed that. Problem is, as I said before, they cluster this one, so trying to spot her is a bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest. Nah, no, didn't spot anything. Oh, bees on there. I think she's going to do her usual self and keep out of our way. Excellent. This is the frame I want out of here today. I was hoping to do two, but she's using the other one for laying still, so. But this has just got drone brood on it and food, so drone brood I don't care about. Alright, here we go. As you can see, just nothing but food on this side and drone brood. See the height of these are drone worker bees. They're a big cat this height, but that's drone brood, and that's all honey up there. Look, see, you know, probably tastes quite nice actually. And again, it's all drone brood food. You know, she's not using this frame at all to lay. So, same with the other one. Drone brood can hatch and die, because we don't want to swarm them, so we don't need them anyway. And this one can go in an extra one, because I do want to work this one out. And I'm actually, because these guys are so rammed with space, rather than put the dummy board in, put an extra frame in. So they've got two nice new frames in there. I've got to get a new smoker, man. This one leaks like a sieve. Just smoke them back in. In fact, I think I can still get the dummy board on the end of that. I'll clean it up.
Yeah, that's quite a thin one, isn't it? Compared to the other half.
Yes, look at that. Perfect. Just stops them building it wax any further than they should. All nice and back together. No, I'm not sorry, girls, not a bit your pollen off. You get in, in, out, whatever you're doing. Right, again, look, see how these have calmed down and clustered in the honey supers. They stay where they are. Oh, now they're coming out. Look, it's like, oh, we're back home.
Yeah, they lose the heat that's coming up from the brood box, don't they? So
Yeah.
just going to cluster up there while they're off.
Quick tap, make sure there's no one on the roof. And that's that. So, again, you can see the difference in the amount of bees on it. So, conclusion on both hives. Queen seen in one of them. Fresh eggs in both. Queen cups and cells removed from both. One's found the hoop well and truly in the super. Other one hasn't quite yet, but they'll find it. And they've both got two fresh new brood frames in, which gives them more room. So I'll come back up on Wednesday to check them, but see you guys next Saturday.